Booktube, welcome back. I'm Winx, and the ink I'm talking about today is what's in the box for the Autumn Book Bath box. This was actually suggested in a video that I did, I don't know, a few weeks ago, where I was asking how you guys felt about how I was handling books that I was reading specifically for Book Bath box, and was being kind of vague and mysterious about because I didn't want to tell you and then have you potentially go pick up the book because I was excited about it and then you might get it in the box. Anyway, so it was suggested that I continue doing that, but then maybe afterwards, once the box has come out, I can do a video talking about what the book was and just generally why I picked the items I did, and I thought that sounded super fun, so I am here to do that today. And of course I have my Book Bath box mug because that's just like super appropriate. The theme for the autumn box was the science of fantasy, and it was celebrating books that have aspects of both science fiction and fantasy in them, which I quite enjoy and which you just don't find that often. And even when you do, it's not a guaranteed win, but when it works, it really works. And I wanted to feature such a book. As I go through the items in this box, I'm actually going to just follow along with the card because that seems like the easiest way to keep this mildly organized. And then obviously I will give you extra insider info as I go. But I'm going to start off with the book, which is Asteroid Made of Dragons by G. Derek Adams, and this is an official Sword and Laser pick. It was published by Inkshares. Basically, Sword and Laser had a contest where you could submit your book, and the winner got to get their book published through Inkshares. And as you can see, Asteroid Made of Dragons was the winner. So I was very excited to read this one because I really enjoy Sword and Laser. If you're not familiar with Sword and Laser, it is an amazing online book club and podcast. It's all science fiction and fantasy, and they just alternate between them. Fantasy being the sword and sci-fi being the laser. They usually pick amazing books to read, and Asteroid Made of Dragons is no exception. And before I ramble on about why I picked this one, I will read you the synopsis from the card. When a lone goblin researcher stumbles across an artifact containing a terrifying message that the world is in grave and immediate peril, she scrambles to find help. Meanwhile, our heroes have their own problems. They have a bank to rob, a sea to cross, and a kingdom to infiltrate. When the wise are underfunded, the brave are overbooked, and the cruel are unconcerned, can the world be saved from destruction? So, sounds pretty good, right? I had this book on my to-read list just because of Sword and Laser, but I happened to pick it up and actually read it right about the time when I was starting Book Bath box. I don't remember if I was actually actively working on the summer box at the time or if I was just like starting to brew on the idea of starting this box, but in any case, it was around that time. I read this one, I really enjoyed it, and I actually originally had a copy on my Kindle from NetGalley. So when you get books from NetGalley, you get them for free in exchange for a fair and honest review. So after I read it, I did a review of this one in one of my wrap-ups. And as it turns out, the author of the book came across that and sent me a message because it was the first time that he had seen his book talked about on Booktube. So he was very excited. And then obviously I was super excited because an author was excited about something that I'd said about their book. So I looked him up on Twitter and followed him, and then he followed me back, and then we just ended up having this like fun exchange and became internet friends, as you do. So that was really awesome. And by the time that he had come across my video and that we had developed this friendship, I was already thinking about using Asteroid Made of Dragons for my next box. So once I decided that it wouldn't be super creepy for me to send him a direct message and tell him about this, I did so, and he was super excited. So besides just solidifying the fact that I wanted to use this book for the autumn box, this exchange just made planning the entire box so amazing and so fun. For one, it's just awesome to have someone who I can ramble on about who isn't getting the box, so they're not going to be spoiled by what I'm saying, but also who is kind of invested in it and is really excited about it. So yeah, it was just super duper awesome, and he was such a help in putting the box together and just, yeah, amazing. So that is the book. Next is the bath product, which was green tea and bergamot bath salts from Tea Soap Books. And I don't actually have the exact bag that I sent out in the boxes, but I have my own bag, which was like the supersized version of it. But so you can imagine that the ones that went out in the boxes were about this big. You could probably get like 1 or 2 baths out of it. And they came in this kind of cloth bag, and they basically just didn't have have the logo on it, but it said library bag on it. And I already forgot to read the thing on the back of the card. Doing really good here. While giant rocks full of dragons hurtling through space might not be exactly relaxing, these salt rocks and their enchanting scent will soothe away your worries. And it's so true. This, yeah, the smell in this is amazing. In fact, if you go to the reviews page that I have, I'll put a link down below to that. It's bookbathbox.com/reviews, but I have all of the unboxings and the reactions that people have just when not even opening it, before they've even opened the box, they can smell good smells. And that smell that they're smelling, it's this smell. It's an amazing smell. I actually first discovered this company because Goodreads tweeted about them, but Goodreads actually tweeted about the soaps that they make. And the soaps, as you can see, they come in this little box. Sorry, mine has a little stuff on it. It doesn't come like that. I added that. But yeah, so you can see it looks like a book. This is the Sherlock Holmes one, which is black tea soap, but I actually ordered like 5 of them. I was really excited because as you open it up, it looks like an open book. And how cute is that? And it smells amazing. So yeah, I need to use this one soon. Anyway, so I saw the tweet from Goodreads and then I went and I wanted to order a bunch of these soaps because obviously I'm obsessed with bookish bath things. And while I was looking through the list of options for me to buy, I also came across the bath salts. So I decided to also throw in a bag of these, and as soon as it showed up I just like was completely obsessed with it. I really wanted to send these out in a box, and I found sort of the loose connection of asteroids being a giant rock and bath salts being sort of like little rocks. You know, whatever. If you got these, you're probably glad that you got these, so I think we're all okay with my like way of justifying it. Then on to the extras. So the first extra was chocolates, and this is Pumpkin Truffles by Moonstruck Chocolate Company. And I will go ahead and read the blurb before I forget. My personal favorite truffles. How do these relate to the book? Well, here's a little teaser from when the wild mage Rhyme first appears in the story. She had a large sack in her hands, and her face was covered with chocolate and a rainbow of tiny candy dots. Includes 1 milk chocolate and 1 dark chocolate truffle. So kind of like the bath salts, this is a loose connection. I really wanted to include these in the box because they're my favorite truffles and they are only available during this time of year. So in fact, they're actually already, you can't get them anymore because now it's December. So, but I knew I wanted to include them. So the fact that one of the main characters made an entrance covered in chocolate and candy, it seemed like I could justify that. So the truffles come from Moonstruck Chocolate Company, which is a local company here in Portland, and just like the best chocolate you will ever have in your life. You can order it online, but you know, shipping is a thing, so be warned of that. This box in my hand is empty because I'm trying to give up sugar. So Moonstruck is not allowed in my house because I have no willpower for Moonstruck. So yeah. But I had to order the boxes for them, and they came in like packs of 25, so I had extra. So I put together a box for this video. But I will put up a picture somewhere around here so you can see what they look like because they're adorable. They look like little pumpkins, and yeah. There were actually, I think, about 3 unboxings that I saw, or like reviews on / unboxings, where people had already eaten the chocolate before filming just because they like could not resist it, and that tells you how amazing these chocolates are. So good. And the milk chocolate ones are my personal favorite because they have this crunchy sugar outside, whereas the dark chocolate ones don't have that, but that crunch, it just adds a level to the awesome that you have to eat it to understand. So good. That being said, not everybody prefers milk chocolate over dark chocolate, so I included 1 of each. So hopefully everybody had at least one that they could super enjoy. The next extra was tea, and this was Dragon's Dream tea by, I'm sorry if I mispronounce it, Aun Julie Riddle at Adagio Tea. And I actually realized after sending out the boxes, I feel so bad that I didn't realize this before, but this seller actually has their own shop, which is, I believe, just Riddle's Tea Shop. I will put a link to that down below. There's an Etsy store where they sell all sorts of tea, as well as just like some cool bookish nerdy things. I think I saw some like Deathly Hallows sun catchers, which looked really cool. So yeah, just a lot of really cool things. But they also sell some of their teas through Adagio Teas, which is one of my favorite places for tea. So that's how I discovered them, and afterwards I realized that they have their own shop. So yeah, I'll put a link down below. It's also on Book Bath Box. It's also on the Book Bath Box website if you go to the What's in the Box page. Anyway. Green chai, Assam melody, and cinnamon combine to make this warm, spicy brew perfect for an adventurous draconic read in the tub. So again, I don't have the size container that I sent out to everybody. I have the jumbo size because I love this tea. But just for an example, this is the sample size box that you can get from Adagio. This is obviously not the same tea, but you know, it's just so you can see the size. But the picture on the one that I sent out is the same as this, which is like super duper cute. Yeah, so I actually, for my birthday this last February, I decided to treat myself in like a million different ways. But one of the ways that I treated myself was to buy, I think I bought 9 sample tins from Adagio of just different fandom blends. I tried some of their Sherlock blends a couple years back and just completely loved them. And I've been meaning to try some more, but just never really gone for it. So yeah, for my birthday, I just ordered a ton of them, and one of the ones that I got was the Dragon's Dream, but I used it all up and ended up just ordering a huge container because I loved it so much. And you might remember this one because I actually sent out a sample of Dragon's Dream in the giveaway box that I did before I had officially created Book Bath Box, but I did a giveaway that was essentially like the precursor to Book Bath Box. It was a book and a bath product and like the goodies in a box, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I had sent this one out for that, and I just thought that it was such a good one. I wanted to share it with everybody, so that's why I chose it. Then the final extra was Book Swag, Asteroid Made of Dragons pin and playlist from G. Derek Adams. The amazing author of Asteroid Made of Dragons provided official book swag for you all. Enjoy the included pin as well as a link to a Spotify playlist curated by Adams himself for the book. So the pin is really cool and matches the cover of the book. See if you can see that, hopefully. But yeah, as you can see, it matches the cover with the cool eye. I really, really enjoy this. I really like the cover of this book. It's just, yeah, it's very cool. So having a pin to match is a bonus for sure. Then the playlist I actually just stumbled across. I saw that the author had posted about it. He has a blog post talking about each song and how it connects to the book for him. And I personally really like to listen to music while I'm in the bath, and I will sort of make my own playlist sometimes about the book. If I know a little bit about it, or if it's a reread for sure, then I have a ton of playlists. And music actually came up back when I did the survey, when I was thinking about doing Book Bath Box, and I was just asking for ideas about things that you guys might like to see in a box. And so that was definitely something that I wanted to include in a box if possible. How perfect that there happens to already be one, and not just that, but it's curated by the author himself. So I was so excited to be able to include that, and I'm actually going to put a link to the playlist down below. So even if you did not get the box, if you want to read the book, you can listen to it, or you can just listen to it because, you know, that's also a possibility. So yeah, that was really exciting. And I actually got the pins because while I had been talking to the author over Twitter and such, he very kindly offered to send me book swag to include in the box. He also so kindly sent me a copy of the book that has a little like message in it and an autograph. So I was like completely nerding out over that. I was very excited. He also sent me some secret lore for the book, which I'm obviously not going to tell you about because it's secret, but I was very, very honored to be entrusted with the lore. But he also sent items that I sent out for folks who gave extra in their Kickstarter. So in the Kickstarter project, I had one reward tier that was just the like regular autumn box, which you could have also gotten through the website once that was up and running. But then there were several higher reward tiers, which actually included a few extra goodies in it, just as a bonus. So the first of which was a autographed book plate, and I can show you here. Again, G. Derek Adams is a gentleman and a scholar, and he sent me a couple extras just in case, you know, like I spilled something or some things happen. So he sent me a couple spares. So here's that, and here's one of the spares in the book. Yeah. And the other goodie that some Kickstarter folks got was the official Asteroid Made of Dragons hat, and I really, really like this. I like that it's sort of subtle swag. Obviously in-your-face swag is also really fun, but it's just kind of cool. It's a conversation starter that you have this cool symbol on your hat, because what's that about? Oh, let me tell you about this awesome book. Yeah, and again, he sent one extra, so I could have a hat, and I'm very excited about that, so yes. So that is what was included in the autumn box, both for regular subscribers and those who paid a bit extra through the Kickstarter. I could not be happier with the way this box turned out. I think it's really the one to beat now. I have a little bit of extra pressure on me with this winter box, but yeah, it was just so great. I'm so thankful to G. Derek Adams for all of his help and just general conversation while I was like squeeing over my excitement. Yeah. So fun. And of course, a huge thank you to all of you who subscribe and who got the box, and who, especially those of you who did reviews and put up videos and blog posts and pictures on Instagram. You are all amazing, and I am so thankful for you. So related to that, I have something to give back to you guys. I wanted to do this originally for my 1-year Booktube anniversary, which I thought was today. As it turns out, it was actually Monday. So yeah, I thought it was the 7th. It was the 5th. And I had meant to do some videos last week that would sort of be leading up to it. Didn't do any videos last week. It was a kind of hectic week for me, and yeah, so I just failed on all fronts there. But I want to do a giveaway sort of in honor of Book Bath Box and my 1-year Booktube anniversary, and just in general to say thank you to you lovely folks. So I have an extra copy of Asteroid Made of Dragons, and it has, as you saw earlier, a signed book plate in it, and I'm going to do a giveaway for this. So whether or not you subscribe to the box, maybe you just want an autographed copy, or you want to share the awesomeness with one of your friends, could make a good holiday gift. Yeah, go ahead and comment down below and just say something like, I would like to enter, or yes, I want that book, so I know that you are actually entering. I'm going to be going on my annual holiday trip back to the Midwest, so I will probably announce the winner on the Friday beforehand, which I want to say is the 16th or 17th. Something like that. So keep an eye out for that. If you win and we can get in contact right away, I am more than happy to just get this right in the mail to you, so it could potentially still be a holiday present if you want it. Let me know down below if you are interested in a copy. Also let me know down below just if you've read the book in general, if you got the autumn book bath box, or maybe you're excited and you're signing up for the winter box. All the things, of course, you guys know I love to hear it. Thank you all so much for watching, and of course a huge thank you to everyone who subscribes to Book Bath Box, and everyone who has been watching my videos and subscribing and just making Booktube the amazing magical thing that it has been for me over this past year. I'm just so grateful, and I mean, like, I don't even know what I did with my life before Booktube. What was I doing? I don't know. Yes, so please like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. I hope you all are having a fantastic week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye! One last thought before I go. I have been meaning to mention this in my videos, and I don't think I have yet, but I have recently added some bookmarks to the Book Bath Box shop. You don't have to subscribe. You can just go to bookbathbox.com, click the link at the top that says shop, and buy one-time purchases. The bookmarks are pretty simple. As you can see, it just has the logo on one side, and on the back it has a quote, and the quote is one of my personal favorites, and it says, Some believe it is only great power that can hold evil in check, but that is not what I have found. It is the small, everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keep the darkness at bay. Small acts of kindness and love. Gandalf the Grey. These bookmarks cost $2.50, and 100% of the proceeds are going to be donated to the Oregon Coalition Against Domestic and Sexual Violence. So if you would like to do a small act of kindness and love, please go to bookbathbox.com to order one and help support this really amazing organization.